Welcome back, guys, to another part of this BMW modeling series. So in this video we shall model the side panel and also, if possible, model the parts of the tail light. Yeah, so let us get to it. But first, let me try to make this side fender at the rear side like this. So what I have to do is select all of these vertices, extrude it in the right direction to this point like this. I can slide this or just move it. Also extrude all of this to this point and also move it to match with the blueprint like this. You can also select everything on top, extrude it down, merge these two at the center, also merge this at the center like this. Extrude this one down just to match with the blueprint roughly like this. So this is okay. So what we need to do is we need to select everything, add an extra loop cut here, press EF just to bring it closer. We're trying to get this thickness here, so we can also space it out by just sliding some vertices like this. I think this should be okay. You can select everything here. Wait, let me slide this one out a bit more. Now we can select all of these vertices like this, SX0 to straighten it on the X direction, and we can just move it slightly in the X direction like this to that point. So what we need to do now is to adjust it, because as you can see from this angle, the distance here and the distance here are not even, so we have to just move it back slightly. Okay, so let me select this and then move it in the X direction roughly, so just to roughly match the distance we have there like this. I can also move this like this, also move this one slightly back. You can go to the top view and see what we're doing well. Just move it roughly. Yeah, so we need to do the same for the rear, for the back side also. So this is the back part too, so we also have to move these vertices in just a bit, also move this one in a bit. Go to the top view and try to adjust it a bit too. So I think that is done roughly. So what we need to do is just sharpen the edges, as you can see from this side. So we need to add a loop cut right here, move it closer but not too close like this, and also add an extra loop cut for this edge also, just to sharpen it, and that is it. So I'm looking at this and I'm seeing some issue here. Like, as you can see, this part looks wide but ours looks so small. Ours looks so small, so we need to just bring this out and just make it match with the blueprint, just like this. Just move these vertices up to match with the blueprint. Honestly, I don't know what to follow anymore, whether the blueprint or, I'm so sorry, I meant to follow the blueprint, but I want to achieve this particular model of the car. just move it slightly upward, and I think we can still maintain this gap here, even though it's not the exact. So moving this up, I have to dissolve this, just match it, and then we have to adjust. Do I have to? Yeah, let's bring this back a bit, just a bit. Okay, and then add an extra loop cut and then move it closer like that, and that should do. Let us deal with this side now. So let us select all of these vertices objects, select the vertices like this, duplicate it and then separate it. So now we can select those two duplicated vertices, then merge it by distance. For now, let me merge these two. We'll make the dot cutout later, like that, and also merge any closed vertices because we'll still add it later, like this. You can also merge this onto this, like that. So this is how it looks. So it goes like this, came down, went in a bit also to give this, and also came down. So now what I can do is I can just make something that goes like this first, then came down all the way to this point first, then I can add two cuts here and then extrude these faces in to get that extrusion inward, and then we can deal with this one later. So that is what we're gonna do to get a smooth shading and stuff. Yeah, and also I think I don't want to deal with this part now. Let me just focus on this part from here. I just want to focus from this to this all the way down, then later we extrude this like that. Yep, so let me match this one first. So now let me select everything here like this, and if we zoom in, you see we have something that goes like this first, then it came down like this, and then it came this one down like this. Sorry for my bad drawing. So what you have to do is just select those vertices, extrude it in a bit, extrude it out a bit like this, just a bit. And now we can now extrude this down like this, and then move it in the X direction like this to give this angle, slant angle. Let me see from this angle, and that looks slant. You can also bring it up too. Let's move it up a bit like this. I think that should do. Let me move it back slightly, move it front slightly. Yeah, and then we can extrude it down like this to this point. Okay, we just extrude it all the way down to this point, like I said earlier. Yeah, so what we need to do now, because this looks straight and this part looks goes in, so we have to select it like this and then move it in the X direction like this, just to achieve this slant, what do I call it, slant angle. So I think I have to bring this in like this. It is too much. And I also think we have to bring all of this. Let me select this one also. Everything like this. You have to bring it out to this point. I think that should do. Yes, I have to do the same for this. Select this too, but not everything. The front is okay, but just this. Sorry. I just have to bring it out like this to this point, and then we can now adjust all of this to make it look good. Now what we need to do is getting this side view and move it to this point, so I'll not be finding it every time. This is the side view. Okay, so what you need to do is you just have to slide these vertices like this and make it follow this this curve. Also slide this one just like this. Yeah, so now what we need to do now is making this. So we need to add a loop cut right here to get this format here, this length here first, and also we have to add a loop cut again to get this part that goes in, that extrudes inward. Yeah, looking at this, I feel like this part looks short compared to the reference. So what you need to do is just double G, slide this down like this to this point. And also slide this one down. So slide this one back up. So we need to slide these vertices in like this. Also slide this in just to eyeball the shape of this curve roughly. Yeah, what I need to do now is I need to select all of these faces like this and then insert it just a bit and press B for boundary to turn boundary, and then insert it to like this depth like this, and then we can just move it in the X direction just a bit like that. Let me see, is it too much? I think okay, you see, just like that. So that's that. So what we need to do next is making this part. So let me focus on this for now. Now I can select these vertices like this, take these two, extrude it down like this to this point, also move it back like this, and also move it in position 2. Now we can add the loop cut right here, move it back in the x direction, y direction. Add an extra loop cut for this part, move it in the y direction, following the shape of this curve. And we need to select all of these faces, vertices, and then fill it up. So that will give us this, like we have here. I think we have to move this back like that. And okay, I can double G, take these two vertices, double G, slide it in like this. And the next thing to do is select all of these faces, also fill it up like that. And I can select this to bring it out. Okay, and let me select all of these faces, fill it up too. I can slide this one a bit out like this, and I can add a loop cut right here. So the next thing to do is for the top part. So what we need to do is we have to follow this line. This line goes like this and then meet at this point. So we have to add a loop cut here like this. We can also move it back and then take these vertices. Does this? Oops. We need to take this. So take these two vertices, delete edge. Take these two vertices. Let me see. Select everything here like this and just push it in the x direction just a bit. I can take these two face vertices, extrude it in the x direction like this. Let me see. I can move this one back slightly. Let me also move it in place like this. Now I can take all of this, fill it up this way. Also take all of these vertices, fill it up. Yeah, and then fill this one up too. So that's that. Now we need to deal with this other side too. So same thing, extrude this one all the way down like this, move it in X direction. Then take these two vertices, move it in the X direction like this, leaving a gap. Like that. Oh no. No, it goes in too much. It has to like be out. And just move it like this to this point. And now I can add loop cuts here. Move it in the y direction. Add another loop cut here. Move it in the y direction. Take these two or four vertices. Let me see. Okay. And then fill it up like this. Also go back to this view, and we can take these two just to maintain the spacing like we did for this. You can just move this just a bit in the X direction, and take this one, move it in a bit in the X direction too, like this. And then we can take these two vertices, also move it in the X direction, like this. Yep. So let me slide this one up just to get a straight line. And now we can select all of these 4 vertices, fill it up, and then select this 4 also, fill it too. Okay, now we need to add an extra vertices here, but first I like to take this one, move it back in the X direction, and then extrude it like this, just like we did for the other end. Now I can select all of this. Okay, I have to first delete this edge, then select all of these 4 vertices, fill it up, add a loop cut, and move it closer like this. And then we can select everything like this, fill it, and also fill this one like that. Yeah, so the next thing for me to do is take these 2 vertices, double G, slide it like this. I can also select everything here, double G, slide it like this. Just a bit, just sliding it a bit. So we need to add an extra loop cut here, and then move it in the right direction like this. Also take all of this, move it in the right direction like this, just to maintain that smooth flow of curve. Then we can select everything at this end, SZ0, to flatten it like that. Yep. So it's time for us to sharpen our edges. Or if okay, yeah. So let me add. I like to add. I need to bring this on. Take these vertices and then push it in the X direction like this. And I feel like we have to bring this one out. Just bring this out like this. Select everything here to bring it out. Yeah, so let us sharpen the edges now. Just add a loop cut here, move it closer like that, and add another loop cut, or you can just use this E, F, and then slide it like this. At that point, we need to also add a loop cut to sharpen this edge at that corner like this, and also at this end. and this end too. Just sharpening it, nothing else. Just you need to just take all of these vertices, match at center, match this one at center too. Let's see. Okay, do the same for this, match at the center. Yep. Time for us to make the door cutout for that panel. Let me stick this, and then we need to match it up with this line. You can slide this like this, slide this on to a second, and then slide all of this. Just matching the blueprint roughly. Yeah. Also do the same for this. You can rotate it just a bit. Yeah, that should do. Now you need to separate it. Select everything like this, P to separate. Also select everything like this, and then P to separate. So after separating, we now need to fill it. But I feel like I'm having a feeling that we need to do something like this. Starting from this point, starting from this point, everything, select everything like this apart from this. I need to extrude it down like this, place it to this point, and then move it in the X direction like this. Not too close, just a bit like this. I feel like that's how it looks. Now we can adjust this to move this like this, slide all of this. I can also adjust this, slide, and move this on, and let me add 2 more loop cuts like this. I'll also adjust it that point, so adding 2 more, adjust it at this point too, like that, just to give that because this part looked like a separate object that was attached to this panel right here. This is like a body kit that was attached to this panel. So now I'm trying to just make something like that. And also I need to move it because like right now it looks so sharp at that end. So I need to select everything like this and then move it in the X direction just a bit, just to make everything look smooth. Also move this one in the X direction like this. Yeah, and that should do. I can bring back this object. So right now we just have to extrude this in the X direction. Let me deal with this first. Let me isolate all of this. Now I need to select these vertices like this, including the one on the name. Let's deal with this first. And let me see from this angle. So let me extrude it all the way in the X direction like this. Let's get to this point. Let me add extra loop cut to join this. I can press WGC and then move this one up to like this, and I can select everything like this, extrude this in X direction to this point, merge these two at last, select all of these vertices, extrude it in the right X direction. Also take all of these four vertices, fill it up, and also do the same for this, extrude it in X direction to this point, merge at last, merge this one at last too. And just adjust this slightly. So now what you need to do is just add a loop cut to sharpen our edge like this, and there we have it. We are bring back this, we have something that looks like this, which is looking kind of cool. And I also have to consider the space. If I make this panel like this, I'll have to slide this out, but first let me just fill it up first. Let me isolate this for now, and then take this vertices, extrude it X direction, to this point, add a loop cut like this, merge it at last, take this last one, C, move it up a bit. I can take all of these vertices to extrude it X direction, merge these two at last. I can select everything like this, extrude it X direction, select all of these vertices, fill it up, select everything like this, extrude it, merge these two at last, and also merge this last. You can adjust it too. You can even adjust it. Okay, no, just adjust this slightly, and then add a loop cut to sharpen this edge. And bring back what we have, and we have something that looks like this, but we need to consider the spacing. So I can select everything like this, all of these vertices, and then move it in the right direction like this, just to get that spacing. And for this, I can select everything like this and then slide it a bit in, just to get that even spacing. in between each panel cut. Okay, now you need to do the same for the rear part and also this part. So let me just do that. I'll speed this part since you already know how it goes. So time for us to make this cutout or this door. And slide this on. Let me see how it looks on this side. Okay, it looks like this. So I can just select everything. Oh wow, what did I do? Yeah, I'll separate it like this, and then I can take this vertices double G, just slide it in to get or to give this little space in between, and add additional loop cuts. Let me slide it a bit more. Add an extra loop cut to sharpen those edges, and we can select all of these vertices, then extrude it in the X direction like this. GX. Let me slide this down. Slide this down like that. Looks like the space is too much, so never mind. Now I have to space this one out too. Select everything like this, just move it in the right direction, and I think this one is okay. Can also move these vertices a bit, and that is it. Let me see in the render mode what we have. Okay, that should do. This part, I'm still not pleased with this, with the way this goes. This angle I have here. Let me see from this. And from this reference, it showed that there is an angle there. I think I'm gonna have to ignore this one. Let me add a loop cut to sharpen this edge like this. Okay, are you showing? I also do the same for this. Add a loop cut to sharpen this edge like this too. It is covered, no one's gonna see it, but there's still something wrong about this. I'm not liking it this way. If I select everything like this, go to edit mode, take everything here. I want to maintain the straightness here, or you want it to be bent, I'll just adjust this by just moving it in a bit. instead of shooting out, I can move it in a bit. In fact, let me do the same for everything like this. I can just move it in just a bit like that, and then I'll need to adjust all of these too. Just move it in a bit too. And then adjust this too. Yes, I think that should correct it. Now I'm pleased with how it looks now. Oh, so it looks smooth. The angle looks smooth now. It doesn't look sharp as before. So that is it. Yeah, that is it. So the next thing to do is modeling this part here. So let me select all of these objects, select the vertices beneath, duplicate it, and then separate it. Then we can join those vertices match by distance. We can also match this one at center, match all of these two at the center. Before matching at center, you have to zoom in, match everything here at center, and delete all of this at the back. Same with this, match everything here at center, delete all of this. Yep. So what we need to do now is MC. Okay, you just need to, let's say, pull it back a bit like this, extrude it in, but not too much, like this, and then extrude this down like this. Let me see the distance. Okay, that should do. So the next thing to do for this part is let me see. Yeah, we just need to correct the angle. Add two more, just two loop cuts. Can I just add one? Add two loop cuts like this, and then bring it like this, just to get that curve continuation. And select everything like this, and then see how it looks. So let us add a loop cut to sharpen this edge like this. Also add another one for this space like that, and we need to deal with this part. It has to go in, so I can select. I'll do it one by one. I'll select all these vertices like this, extrude it in X direction to this point, match this at last, add a loop cut like this, add a loop cut here, take this to match at last, add a loop cut to sharpen all of these like this. No, I don't want to do that. Just add a loop cut like this just to sharpen this edge, and that is okay. You can just select all of this to the end, extrude it in the X direction, merge these two at last, add a loop cut like this, merge these two at last, also merge these two at last. Then we can add a loop cut, sharpen this edge like this, and then do it for the last. That's extrude this to this point, match these two vertices at last, add a loop cut like this, and then sharpen this edge. Here we have it done. So that is the side panel done. Oh, this curve looks so round. I have to adjust this and move it slightly backwards, and I have to adjust this one. Then shade smooth. Let me turn on matte cap and see how it looks, our reflections. So this goes like this, smooth. All of these two look smooth, and also this part looks smooth, but this part does not look smooth. But we will manage. It is breaking at this end. It is breaking. So I think this is where we're going to stop in this part. So in the next part we shall continue with the rear bumper part, and thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next part. Hopefully I can finish this exterior before the month ends. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your support. I will see you in the next video.